Alright, so as you can see, I just finished an elemental cavern stage, and if I go back to lobby, you will see that I just basically finished the entire abyssal trial for the new Krill. What is his name again? Corlo? Something like that, I forgot his name, but the phantom boss, there you go, that's him. Before I continue with the video, I would like to just mention that only 1.1% of everyone watching subscribe to the channel. So if you want to support the channel, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification. I just finished all of his quests, and yeah. And in this video, I'm gonna show you basically how to finish the entire trial. It's actually one of the most easiest one, because there's kind of like no luck involved, and it's like kind of easy, and what's it called? All of the quests are kind of like intertwined in a way. So first of all, not to get the quest, but the unit that you must have for the quest is obviously the unit Phantom Bosses himself. As you can see, I already have the unit right here, Phantom Boss. He's going to be a legend stage unit that will drop from the newest map, which is NYC Rooftop, and he's going to drop from the 3rd legend stage with a 45 pity and a 1% chance to drop. So yeah, so you need the unit in the first place. So that's one thing you need. And the second thing is you can, not second thing, but just like after that you can immediately start doing the quest. So the first quest is pretty straightforward. You need to do the legend stage 25 times, which is really straightforward, like as I said again. Now for like the 5 next quests, it's going to be revolving around the unit Phantom Boss himself. So more specifically, it's going to be involving with his passive mini fish zone. So yeah, so you will need this unit. I recommend maxing out his level and stat, that's it. And then I wouldn't really recommend giving him any trait before before finishing the quest, because this quest is actually easier and faster to do if you have your Phantom Boss unit not unevolved, but just like doesn't have any of trait that makes it so that he's one placement. So if you can, try to get Shinigami or All Seeing on him. So the quest is pretty simple. Use mini fish zone ability 50 times. It's pretty straightforward. So you just basically want to activate this passive 50 times, which is, since it's a passive, you just basically place him down and that's it. Now to activate this passive, you just need to make it so that 10 enemies walk in Phantom Boss's range and the passive will activate it. That's why I said you need multiple of them if you want to do the quest faster, because you kind of want the enemy to be alive. And then if you have a really strong Phantom Boss, which I have right here with glitch, it's gonna be kind of hard because he'll be killing the enemies and then the passive will not kind of activate it unless the enemy will like survive the attack, and then 10 of them kind of walk in his range. So yeah, that's the first one. Use the fish zone ability 50 times. It's not an ability technically, it's a passive. I don't know why they say ability. It's actually a passive. Next, kill 1,000 enemies while mini fish zone is activated. This is another pretty straightforward one. You just basically place them down, and then yeah, the quest will passively or like progressively go up and finish itself on its own. And then the next one, the same thing again. You just need to kill 15,000 dark enemies using Phantom Bosses. Another pretty straightforward one. Just play on a dark element infinite map. That's it. And then same thing with the next one, which is stun 10 bosses with mini fish zone. Which this is another really straightforward one with the Phantom Boss. You just need to basically make it so that a boss basically enter the fish zone, and then the boss will get stunned with the passive. So yeah, that's another pretty straightforward one. The next one is going to be obtaining 500 dark essence, which is another really straightforward one. Again, you just basically want to do elemental cavern, the dark one more specifically, and then just get 500 of the dark essence. And yeah, the next one is going to be obtain 200 Scarlet Eye. This is another pretty straightforward one, because if you don't know, if you play the legend stage, you will gain Scarlet Eye, and then you just basically need 200 of this, and that's it. Yeah. And then lastly, once you've done all of them, you can basically just collect the entire quest and then obtain his evolved material, which I will do right here. And yep, that's the bandit secret completed for the abyssal trial. And yeah, I can immediately evolve him right here. Oh, I have to unequip him. There you go. You just basically need a dark essence and a bunch of the mythic shard and legendary shard. Same thing with epic shard. And yeah, you just evolve him, and there you go. So let me do a mini showcase actually of this unit, since I'm kind of, what's it called, curious on what this unit does. Let's lock him, level him up, and also since I already maxed his skill tree from the quest, I can basically just pick the critical skill tree. So yeah, let's actually see what this unit does. Let me unequip all of my unit except him, and let's also bring Bulma as well. And also, just so that I don't forget, let me see his cosmetic. Oh, it's his entire outfit. Okay, it's going to be dark. It's going to be ground only. Oh, that's not a good sign. Let's test him on hollow. Let's see what this unit is all about. Since this unit is an abyssal trial unit, I expect him to be at least decent or good. Because even the worst abyssal trial unit, which is the Naruto guy, I mean, like, he's kind of decent if you have like a good team and a proper what's it called, skill tree and trait on him. So yeah, but so far we don't really have a bad, oh, we do have a bad abyssal trial unit actually. I just remembered Anos is a really bad abyssal trial unit. Don't get him, he's terrible. He's such a terrible unit. Don't get him. Don't waste your time on that unit. Anyway, so he's going to cost 2,000 on placement. He's going to be a physical type unit, dark and ground only. So, ooh, that's not a good sign already. So, let's place him down right here, and then let's see the animation. I mean, like, that's not that bad. Oh shoot, I don't have any money. I'm gonna need to wait a little bit. Why is there like random block of cube? So his stat is going to be 2.8 million, 53 range, and 3-second SPA, and he's going to deal bleed, and he's also going to have a bookmark or like rage meter on top of him. Okay. And he's going to have 2 passive. The first one is the fish zone, which is the same passive that he has when he's unevolved, which is make it so that once 10 enemies enter his range, the passive will activate it. And what the passive does is basically every 10 seconds target 5 random enemies in his range, dealing 50% damage and stunning them for 5 seconds. And then if the enemy chosen is the strongest enemy in range, drain them of 1% of their max HP and deal 300% damage and stun them for 10 seconds. And then also after the fish zone passive end, which is 60 seconds, deal 500% damage to all enemies in range, apply bleed, and gain 15% range for 20 seconds. And the passive had another 60-second cooldown. Okay. And then his second passive is called the Bandit Secret. For every enemy killed in range during the duration of fish zone, 0.5% chance to collect a bookmark. Okay, so this is this one. So he basically have a chance to collect a bookmark every time he killed an enemy. And then 2% chance if the enemy killed is an enemy boss. Okay, so this is actually like a quite hard passive to basically activate. And then for every bookmark attained, gain 5% damage, max at 15%, and then gain 5% range, which is the same thing. And then upon gaining a bookmark, unlock skill thief ability. Okay, which is this one, if you max him out already. So let's see, his range is pretty bad though so far. And he has a line AoE. And this is his new attack, still line AoE, still ground. And then he's going to become hybrid, full AoE, kind of doo-doo range 70. this is a pretty bad damage, not gonna lie. He's going to gain 2 abilities once you max him out. The first one is called Light and Dark. Upon activation, apply unstable to enemies in range for 30 seconds and 50% chance to apply light tag or dark tag on the enemy. 100% chance for either. Okay. And then enemies marked with light after 20 seconds deal 20%, not 20%, 200% damage and apply burn. And then with dark, apply 200% damage and fear afterwards. So yeah, if there are more than 5 enemies in range with light and dark, combine, apply detonation in range and instantly deal effect of light and dark. So it's like a mini nuke of this ability. Okay. And then Skill Thief. Upon activation, choose one of the abilities shown on the list and gain the chosen ability. The first one is ability. Oh, if the first one, the ability has been used in Phantom Boss range. Second, Phantom Boss has dealt at least 50. Oh, this is the the requirement to use the ability. Okay. The ability has been used in Phantom Boss's range. Phantom Bosses has dealt at least 150 billion damage to enemies total damage, and then the unit must have at least 300 kill to use this ability. Oh shoot. Upon activation of the stolen ability, if the ability has a global cooldown, loses the ability and stun himself for 30 seconds, and once the stun lifts, deal minus 75% damage for 60 seconds. If the ability is local cooldown, it can be used twice. After the second use, loses the ability and stun himself for 10 seconds. And then once the stun and deal minus 25% damage for 60 seconds. Okay. Requirement to use 1 bookmark and 2 bookmark if the ability have. Okay. So wait, why did he lose the bookmark though? Oh, I sold him. I forgot. Yeah. So basically, the Skill Thief ability, what's it called, will make it so that he will basically stole an ability from a unit in his range, and then depending on the ability, like for example, if the ability has a global cooldown, after you use the ability on Phantom Bosses, he will stun himself, and then if the ability doesn't have a global cooldown, he will just basically have a minus damage. That's it. So yeah, so far, not so far, but just from the looks of it, this unit is pretty good. The damage is it's pretty good. The damage is pretty good, especially with poison. He used to be bleed, if I remember correctly, and then now he's poison. Okay. I wouldn't really say his overall meta. He's definitely infinite meta and tournament, but overall not really, since he is ground on placement, and also his entire kit revolves around other unit. So if you only have this unit as your main unit, he's not going to be that good, because his main shtick is basically he can copy ability. So yeah, that is all for this video. I would like to say thank you very much for watching, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.